Hey, welcome back to the show. I got to remind you, don't forget to check out our YouTube channel for more episodes of Right on the Money, where we discuss financial topics with advisors and fiduciaries right there in your neck of the woods. Now, bringing it back, our guest today, Davey Bales, Mark Anglin of Bales Financial Group. Gentlemen, always great to have you on the show. We're coming into kind of our last segment here, so we're rounding the stretch. And I want to talk, I've mentioned this little rascal a million times, and again, it's on the website. What's the best way for someone that's watching this episode, this show, to get a hold of y'all?
Sure. I mean, you can call our office. You can shoot us an email. Even if you go online to look at our website, all our information is there, and you can talk to Julie or Leanne and schedule a time to come and visit with us. If
I were to pick up the phone, talk to Julie or Leanne, and I'm coming in, what kind of things should I be bringing with? Will they let me know what I should be bringing along?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The first thing you're going to need to bring in is just your current financial picture.
Okay.
Whatever statements you have, if you're on Social Security, let us know that. If you're looking to take Social Security, bring in your Social Security statement. We can even run analysis on your Social Security to try to figure out what's the best timing for you to turn on Social Security. Because a lot of times that's the biggest piece of the puzzle, is figuring out the proper timing to turn on Social Security.
Really? That's fascinating. So to have that threshold of guaranteed income, and I do know if you wait, not to get into too many numbers on today's show, but if you push it off, it increases and such. I guess that would be a pretty important decision there.
Yeah, it is, because Social Security is the only guaranteed thing that's going to keep growing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have other assets that you might could lean on, but some people like to, as soon as they turn 62, turn on Social Security. And again, there's no one size fits all.
Yeah.
So we're looking at each individual case, and Mark and I look at each thing individually for that particular person.
How big does Social Security play into planning on your side when you're looking at the assets?
Oh, it's, for most Americans, it's their largest source of retirement income. Mm-hmm. So it's huge for most people. And it all affects the income that you had pre-retirement, right? It's not designed, Social Security was never really designed to replace your entire pre-retirement income, your working years. So those higher wage earners, it's going to obviously make sense. It's going to fill in the gap a much smaller pace, but nonetheless equally as important because it is one of those guaranteed sources.
Speaking of guaranteed sources, one thing that I think a lot of people, is this a misconception? I think a lot of people think there are more pension plans out there than there are. Do you run into a lot of pension plans?
Well, it just so happens Bales Financial is one of their largest clients is Forsyth County Schools.
Oh, wow.
And why I bring that up is the teachers in our country, most of them belong to TRS, or Teachers Retirement System. Well, it's one of the largest pensions left.
Wow.
The pensions are dinosaurs. They're not out there. So when folks come in, whether it's a government pension or a state pension via the TRS or maybe it's some company that has one, that is an absolute blessing and icing on the cake for a lot of folks to have that additional source of guaranteed income.
That's got to be great for the teachers and those folks that come in to see you, that it so well, because I'm not saying anything bad about government, but it does tend to be a lot of bureaucracy and paper, and you need this form on a Tuesday but not on Wednesdays. So you guys have that all down.
Yeah, we've been working with teachers for a long time, and my wife's an educator, and my parents were educators, so we know that system pretty well, and we're able to help them navigate that, even when it comes to planning for their exit strategy.
Yeah.
And then also even working with their spouses. We're in our firm, it's really interesting to see the different types of people that come in, whether they're professionals, whether they're teachers, whether they're farmers, whether they're mechanics, and so we welcome everyone.
Let's talk just a little bit about maybe the state of retirement, and I want to pick your brains just a little bit. But Mark, I'll start with you. What do you see as maybe some of the misconceptions that folks have? And I ask you guys this as really subject matter experts, because I'm only going to retire once, knock on wood, but you've helped hundreds or thousands of people successfully retire. So any big misconceptions that stand out? This is a total curveball because we didn't talk about this ahead of time. But
I don't know that there's misconceptions. Some folks, And again, because we work on an individual basis, somebody may have come in and say, well, I'm assuming this. Great example, one of our teachers, I can remember this lady specifically, been a teacher, I think moved up to the principal position, been there for 30 years and didn't know she could retire. She's like, I don't have enough. I don't have enough, I can't retire. And when she came in and sat down with us, we ran through the planning system and everything. Davey says to her, how'd you like to go and give your notice today? Tears started flowing. So that is the misconception, is I don't have enough. That's one of the biggest ones. And it's really not always the case. People are pleasantly surprised sometimes because of a planning process,
Sure.
not just saying, well, you're good. Oh, we know you got Social Security, we got a pension. But going through and looking at each nook and cranny of it, coming up with a plan that is sustainable, people are pleasantly surprised oftentimes that, hey, I can retire.
What about you, Davey? Any misconceptions, any surprises that you think people would be curious to know about, or anything you've seen?
No, I think Mark made a great point. Whenever we go through our process and people truly understand, because we even look at the taxation in retirement, that they don't have to have $3 or $4 million to retire. If they want to spend more time with their family, their kids and grandkids, and live comfortably, then we can help them achieve it.
Well, I tell you what, we're gonna wrap. If somebody wants to get a hold of you guys,
Julie and Leanne.
Julie and Leanne, we've got the information right up on the screen. You also want to go to the website because you want a copy of the 5 simple steps to a successful retirement, and that's sitting out there for you right now. So a couple reminders. Gentlemen, thanks for being here. It's great having you. So for everyone else out there, don't forget, you can watch full Right on the Money Show episodes on our official YouTube channel or at rightonthemoneyshow.com. That's the spot where you can get up-to-date financial news and insights from the top insurance and financial professionals in your area. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.